Difficulty here again. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to input data in Excel and also how to do a leading arithmetic in Excel sheets. Follow me, let's dive deeper. So now, this is my Excel sheet, this is the table, and if you follow up with my previous tutorial on how to format table in Excel, you will be able to do all of this. So you can go back to that tutorial and watch how I made everything like this. So today I'm just going to dive deeper into inputting data, then do some arithmetic, then you can see the outcome and how powerful Excel can be. Okay, so now, like I said, this particular tutorial covers maybe an organization whereby you keep record on the hours which Gen runs and also the hours which NEPA runs. That's if you're in Nigeria, we call it NEPA. That's the electricity generated from maybe the government or something. So now, if you want to know the hours it's both uses or consumes, as the case may be, maybe for the NEPA or for the Gen, because it will help in making some certain decisions in the organization in terms of the financial aspect. Okay, so now for the format, the format can come in different ways depending on how the organization decides to make it. But for this particular one, I've decided to make it this way. So now everything is set. So you can go check my previous tutorial on how I made everything like this. So now I'm going to input data now, then continue with the calculation and the like. So now for the first, okay, you can see the date here it runs through a week. Every week you tend to calculate per week how much electricity you've consumed or power you've consumed per week. So now these are the dates. It runs through 7 days, and some organizations might run like maybe 5 days, or as the case may be anyways, but I've decided to just make it like 7 days. So now the first thing here is the NEPA. So, and this is time on, so I want to know when the light comes up. So let's say for this it comes up at 0000. So this is me inputting data. This is what it means to input data. That's what they call data entry. So I'm entering data into the Excel sheet. So now 00, this 00 is a time format, and also I have a tutorial on how to format your time in Excel. You can go check that too to help you understand how the format for this time came to be. So now 00 means 12 o'clock. Okay, so that's it runs for 24 hours. So meaning that 00 means 12 a.m. That's in the midnight, 12 a.m. So it runs through to 24 hours. So if you input 24 hours, it goes back to 00 because it's running through 24 hours. So now, meaning you can't start a day. The only way you can start a day is at noon, which is 00. That's 12 a.m. Okay, so 00, that's the start of the day. For every day it will start with 00. Okay, so now so now from that 00 through when the light is being taken. Okay, so now let's say there's been a NEPA light from 12 a.m. through to or throughout that day, that particular day, which is this. Okay, also there's one formatting I need to do, which is this. Okay, so now which runs through. So now I need to just put 24 here because it runs through 24 hours, meaning that throughout that day there was electric NEPA, that's power from the government, as the case may be. This is Nigeria. So I'm going to input 24 here because the format used here is 24 hours. So I'm going to use 24. Like I said, once you input 24, it turns back to 00. So how would you know that this is 24? You can, once you click on this, you come here, you see the format here. This helps you know that this is 24. If you come here, you see it helps you know that this is 24. But by the time we make our calculation, if you're not getting it right, we'll be able to detect. Okay. All right. So now we move forward. So now for that day, we only run through NEPA for that day. So there was no gen. There was no need to run gen because there was light all through that day. So for that reason, this will be empty unless otherwise. So this will be empty. Then we proceed to input others. So we enter others. Then after the entry, we will now do our calculation. From there, we'll be able to know if we actually made a mistake or not. So the following day also there was light all through, meaning that we run through 00 up to 24. You can see it also has gone back to 24 00. So now since there was light all through, there won't be need to input anything here. So we'll move to the next day. So now for the next day, since there was light all through, meaning that, like I said, for every start of a day, you can't start a day from any figure above 00. That's just the fact. You can't start a day just like you're starting another new day. You can't start another new day by 1 a.m. You always have to start a day by 12 a.m. So that's just the format here. Just understand that. So now for this other day here, since this previous one runs through the whole day, meaning that you are starting another new day at 00. Okay, so now if you're starting at 00, when was the light taken off? 00:35, meaning that 12:35 the light was taken off. That's 00:35. The light was taken off. So once the light is out, when there's no power for this particular moment, and you've recorded it, so immediately when you turn on the gen, you input the time, which must be equal to this. It's either where you record the time whereby you turn on the gen, or you record the time when the light was taken off. So meaning that this also will be 0:35. Else, if you don't do it that way, you run into trouble. Oh, okay. So let's not do it that way. Okay. It should be 9. Or let's see, 0935. So which should be the same thing here, 0935. Okay, this is just a time record, so don't be confused at how I'm getting all these values. They are just time, that ticks around your clock. So now, meaning that immediately they took off the light here, you turn on the gen. So now this gen runs through till when, like how many hours did the gen run through. So since the start of it till when the light is on and you turn it off again. So it runs through, like, let's say 0957. So now the next thing is, once you turn this off, you bring it down here, meaning that you've turned on the light. This is the NEPA light now. So 0957 till when? 12:10. So then 12:10, meaning that this 12:10 comes here as well. 12:10 till when? Up till 15:16. Okay, meaning that this is 16 minutes past 3 o'clock. But like I said, this is a 24-hour time format, so it must be 24 hours. Okay, so now let's say you have filled all of this and you still have more record to enter, more data to enter. So what you need to do is you have to come right here and right click, then you see insert, you click on insert. So it gives you more space to input your data, and if you want to delete it, it goes the same way. Just we'll get into that. So now, so this, you have to bring this down right here, so meaning that this has to be 15, 16 as well. Then it runs through when it runs through till 17, 29. So do not forget this particular figure here, you can copy it, has to be here as well, you can paste it here. So this also runs through till when? Runs through till 1759. Okay, so like I said, this also has to come right down here. I hope you understand how it goes now. So 1759. Now from 1759 up till when? Till the day runs over, meaning that immediately they brought the light here, then the light was stable. That's the electric light from the NEPA, from the government or whatever, became stable till the day runs through, meaning 24 hours. Okay, so once you have this, and we're good to go. So now you move through to the next day. That means for this particular day now, everything is over for that day. Okay, so now move to the next day. So for the next day now, you have your light on. From this previous day, this is when you will know how to input it. From this last day, you discover that there was light also, meaning that you're starting a brand new day, there is light starting that day. So meaning it has to be 00 up till when also there was NEPA light all through that day, meaning 24 hours. Okay, so now you discover that there's no need to input anything here because there was light all through. So now for that reason, to ensure that you do a data cleaning to make your data efficient and also well presentable, you have to ensure that you delete these cells because they are just outlier, right? So they are not serving any purpose. They are outlier, so you have to delete them. Also delete them. Now you can see how to delete and also how to insert. It goes the same way. So the next day continues. Obviously the next day has to start with 00 because there was light all through 00 up till when? Up till 11:00, meaning 11 a.m. Then the light was taken. So after immediately the light was taken, then the gen came up at 11:00. So at what time was it taken off, or was it turned off again? So it was turned off like 6 minutes after 6. So meaning that this also has to be 06. Okay, so now 06 till when again? Up till 1602. Then obviously this has to be 1602 as well. Up to when? 1824. So 1824, then it has to be here as well. You can see how logical or technical it is. Not really logical, but technical. But once you just get it, you will definitely, find it very easy to manipulate up to the third day. That's 24 hours. Okay, so since that's the case, this last one is not needed. You have to ensure that you delete it. You right click, then you come to delete and you delete it. So again, you start so the other day has to start with 00 as well. I believe you understand at this point. You understand why it's starting from 00 up to 640. Then you know that this also has to be 640 up to when? 804. That's 4 minutes past 8, then this also has to be the same thing up to when? Throughout the day, that's 24 hours. Okay, so now that means for this also there is no need, we have to, oh sorry, we have to delete, not insert, we have to delete. So once that has done, obviously this has to start with 0 0 0 0 up till when? Throughout the day, that's 24 hours. Sorry, 24 hours. Yes, so now we are good to go. So you can see that for this it's not needed, you have to delete it. So now we're done entering our data now. So this is basically what data entry is, and like I said, I promised to ensure that we do a little arithmetic, and by the time we do arithmetic, that's when you'll be able to pick some senses from this, because merely looking at this now, it doesn't make any sense per se. You're just seeing figures here, you don't really know what they are all about. So, but like I said, data analysis is all about making sense from data. So now I'm going to show how we can just quickly do arithmetic with this data we've entered. So now, for us to know the number of hours, for us to know the hours which the NEPA has run through for that particular day, we need to do a little bit of arithmetic, and the arithmetic will be this. You have to come to this particular cell here, then you use your equal to sign, you click on this cell, you minus it from this, then you click on your enter, so it gives you the number of hours you spent, which is 24 hours, right? So now you come here, you want to know the sum, that's the total for that particular day. You click on equal to, then you click on sum. So now sum from where to where, we'll just put this. So now the reason why we're having error here is just as a result of the fact that we've not formatted this. So we have to format it, which is going to take a little longer time, but then let me just quickly do that. So you right click. Okay, so let me see. Sorry, so you open the brackets, then from this. Now, since this is the only one we have here, so we're just going to close the brackets. So then we have this. Okay, so now we'll proceed. Okay, so we have to make this also make sense. We have to delete this since it runs through for 24 hours, so there's no need to include any other thing. So the same thing goes here. We have to use equal to this minus this cell, then click on enter. So the same thing goes to the sum, equal to sum equal to sum. You open the brackets, then from where, so from this, so you just click on enter, it gives you this as well. Okay, so now then don't forget that this also has to be 0. It has to be 0. You have to also make sure that you have to make sure that, so you have to make sure that this also you include equal to sum. Okay, so the bracket and this, and close the bracket. So since there is no figure there, it has to automatically be 0 0. So now, how will you know that this is correct? For it to be correct, by the time you sum everything together, you should have 24. You should have 24, meaning that 24 hours. So by the time you sum the whole thing together, both the NEPA and the gen, you should have 24. So if you don't have 24, if you have less than 24, meaning that you've committed an error, or if you have above 24, meaning that you've also committed an error. So you have to check through to figure out how or which error you've committed, and you just fix it up. So if I click this, and hold my control and I click this, I should have 24. You can see here it says 24, meaning that it's 24 hours and it's complete, and the average is 12 hours. Okay, then you can see that it counted 2 cells, meaning that I only counted this and this. That's what this count means. It means if you input, you see the number of cells that contains the data, meaning that this data that I just calculated is only from 2 cells. Okay, for instance, if I should include this, you discover that it has increased this to 3, meaning that 3 cells are included in the data. You can see the hour has increased as well, but that's not the point. So same thing goes to this. You go to sum, then this, and I think okay. So if I do the same thing, I should have this 24 hours. Okay. So now the same thing goes to this. I have to say equal to. Then I have to say this minus that. Then I have this. So now for me to now start doing all of this, it's going to be time consuming. So I'll just come here, I'll come to this edge. Once it turns to plus, I'll just drag down, then it fills it up with the formula. Okay, this is the formula performing the arithmetic. If you click on this particular cell, you will see a formula here. This is the formula performing the arithmetic, meaning that for me to get the value that is here, I need to subtract this cell from this cell, meaning that automatically this cell here must always be greater than the cell before it. So once you have a cell, once you have this first cell greater than this, then you know that you've made a mistake, and besides it's going to tell you that you've committed an error, because it will show that it's an error and it's not possible. Okay, so that's by the way. So yeah, so now for you to get the sum here, if you equal to sum, you open the brackets. This at this point now you make more sense than the previous ones. So now it's telling you that from which range to which range. So I'm just going to click from here to here. So it has given me the range that is from D10 to D13. How do you know that this is D10? Obviously this is D. You can see the D here. Then this here, you can see the 10 here. So meaning you're starting from 10 here up to 13. Okay, so once you just do that, then you click on enter and you have this, meaning that throughout this day, the total number of gen you used is the NEPA you used runs through 12 hours 40 minutes. That's why you have HM, hours, minutes, 12 hours 40 minutes. So same thing goes to this. We have to know this minus equal to this minus that. Enter. Then we have to autofill it up to this place. Okay, so we have to autofill it to get others. It's just going to fill the formula for us automatically. So then the same thing goes to this. We have to calculate the sum. The sum is just the total of the gen per hour we turned it on. Sum, then it runs to from here down right here. What I just did is just to left click and drag, then I click on enter. There must be a mistake somewhere. Now automatically looking at this, now you discover that there is a mistake here, because it's not possible for us to have 58. It's not possible. By the time we add 58 to 12, you see that it's going to be more than 24 hours. Just like so. 16 hours. It should be 24 hours. So there's a mistake somewhere. Now, like I said, this is where you know if you made a mistake. So you have to start checking through how come about the mistake, where did the mistake come from. So this can actually take quite a lot of time. Oh, this. Oh, there's a mistake here. Oh shit. Okay, so mistake here. This should be equal to this minus this. Enter. I have this. Then once I have this, I should have this, which is correct. So let's see what happened here. So I think there was a mistake here too. So let's delete the whole of it and confirm. Okay, so equal to this minus this. Enter. Okay, so we autofill. Okay, so now equal. Sorry. So now equal to sum. Then you have to sum everything from here down right here. I'm still trying to figure out what the issue is, because we can't have this. By the time we add it to this, it will be more than 24 hours. Okay, no, 24 hours. Oh, okay, I see. So now it's actually 24 hours. Sometimes you can have issues like this, and once you run through issues like this, there's another way to sort it out. So now this is when formatting now comes in. So you have to right click and go to cell format. So from cell format, I'll go to this. I think it's sorted out. Yes. No. I'll go to sorry. I'll go to this hour, minute. So then click on OK. Then you have it here. So this is what we should have. I don't know. Like I said, you need to check my previous tutorial on time formatting. So that's why we're having the issue here. So if you click both now, you have 24 hours. Okay, and we're good to go. So now, same thing applicable to here, equal to this minus this. Then I have this. Then I'll say equal to sum. Then this. I have this. So this also equal to sum. This. Then I have this. I have 0. So I have 24 hours. Now, if you look at this also, you discover that this is giving you a single 0, which you should have been double 0. So how and why is it so? Now we can just quickly do the formatting again. So right click, go to format, format what? Okay, so then you come to I think come to this. No, yeah, you come to this. You see, then you click on. Okay, no. Sorry. We're still gonna give the same thing, but I don't want you to have this 0.0, but then it's all about formatting. So I don't just want this to take much of your time, but you can just keep trying till you get it right. Though what I'm just gonna do is this, to just ensure that I erase this. I'll just copy this and I'll paste here, since it's the same thing, so it's gonna give the same format. But then you can just check through the format, then you'll be able to format it and get the right thing. Okay, so this and this. I have 24 hours. So same thing goes to this, equal to this minus this. Okay. Then I have this, so I go to equal to sum, then from which range to which range. From this range, I'll just click on enter, and I have this. So the next thing goes to this. I'll say equal to this minus this, enter. Then I should have this equal to so I have this. Then same thing applicable to this. So this is taking longer than I planned, but let me just be very fast with it. It's almost like 30 minutes plus now, so I'm just going to be very fast with it so that I just want to ensure that you get everything right, so that you don't make mistakes whenever you are doing yours. Because if I just skip some parts, you'll find it really, really difficult by the time you are trying to do your own and you face that challenge. Because the essence of this tutorial is for you to get it in total, so there's no point rushing through if you're not getting it. So we go to this minus this. Okay, so now my sum is this. So my sum, we go to sum. Just to save my time from this, I'm just gonna copy this, and I'm gonna paste it here. So it'll just save me. You can go check my previous tutorial, you see how to format everything. So same thing goes to this. So you can still verify this to ensure that you're correct, because it's 24 hours. So this equals to sum. So by the time you click on this and this, you have 24 hours. So fine. So now, if you look through this, you discover that this is under arithmetic. You can go find that out in my previous tutorial how I did it. You can just keep trying the whole format there, you get this particular one. So by the time you highlight the two of them, you should have 168 hours, meaning that in a week, by the time you sum the whole thing, you should have 168 hours. Both the gen, that's 24 hours, 24 hours in 7 days. So that's what you have. So you can see how we've entered this data, we've performed arithmetic with it. Now in subsequent tutorial, I'm going to show you how to just analyze this data and make sense from it, so you'll be able to know per week or maybe per day how like the percentage of maybe NEPA or gen. You'll be able to know that, then you'll be able to make some decision to know which to focus more on, and also have some insight about some certain things. Maybe in next tutorial, when I make that up, I'm going to delve deeper into explaining what I'm trying to say now. So because this tutorial is way too long than I expected, so this is going to be the end of this tutorial. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and drop a comment, and maybe you just let me know what next you want me to see. And also, like I said, this channel is all about tech, graphic design, UI UX design, then a little bit of data analysis like this, sharing insights on data analysis, and also, like I said, tech related stuff. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you feel about this tutorial, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.